Morning, guys. I out here at the Williams Homestead project. I just show what I got done yesterday. I got these piles of sorted lumber, kind of got stuff kind of together we're trying to save. Got some steel and bunks of lumber. I'm going to try to pull the nails in these at some point and get them all fixed up. Some of the old barn posts. Right there's got an old pulley on it. Some really neat history here. Come across here in the back of the barn there, we got it cleaned up. Around the back of the barn, the silo. Got a big area there cleaned up. I'm starting to get stuff back around into the dumpster. I found this, Julie was telling me about it, but we found footprints of it. Looks like her and Marshall and Greg. Looks like footprints in the sand. There's a, it says Greg right there, and then it says 64, October 1964. Be Julie, Marshall, and Greg's footprints. Pretty cool. Found them underneath some rubble. A lot of history here in the farm. It's the old door where the cows would exit the milking parlor. It's like kind of a rainy, a little bit gloomy day, but it's warm, thankfully. Got this part to tear off here eventually after we get the mess cleaned up, but we'll start on it as soon as we get this cleaned up. We've got a ton of stuff to go through. We're going to try to save all we can. There's an old door. And start to make some more piles. Got a pile of brush over there pulled out. Waiting on them to pick up this red truck and that little backhoe. Pile of cement, some more wood. Pile of scrap steel we got pulled out. Just about ready to get the barn cleaned up. Should hit it, put a dent in it today. Alright, well, I'm gonna get busy and I'll put you guys on time lapse.
the old milk house. Putting everything on pallets and setting it off to the side. And this is what we're emptying out. We get it out, that way we can start redoing the roof on this. Alright, we're gonna get to it. Alright, we're done cleaning it out for now. The next plan of attack is to get all this off of here. We're gonna pull the whole roof section off, and we actually got trusses. We're gonna put new trusses on it and rebuild the barn, so it'll be pretty neat. Go in here, this is the milking parlor. Both of my grandpas and my uncles and everybody, this is where they worked milking dairy cattle in here. I remember being in here when I was a little kid. Cattle would come in this door. They had an automated sliding door, and they would funnel into these two alleyways and get milked, and then when they were done, they'd head out the door at the end. Really cool, brings back memories. And this is where the bulk tank was for the milk. Alright, we're gonna get to work on the roof. And let me get this time lapse going and help. Good pry bar. Back out here today, we're getting ready to tear this upstairs floor off. Girls are down there. We're getting ready to tear this upstairs floor off and get it all ready for trusses. We gotta build these plates up a little bit, and we're literally just gonna set trusses over top of this building here. So there's a block wall here and a block wall down there, and we'll just set the trusses directly on the top plate. We want to get this nasty floor off here first. It's pretty dangerous. You can step through it just about anywhere. So that's what we're doing. Getting moving. Matt's cutting that overhang off. So it's just going to be straight with that part of the roof there. Just cutting this off, and then we're going to set trusses, and the buildings, we're going to rebuild the building all the way down to there. So it'll be pretty nice. It'll be big. That's what we're doing. We're going to get to work here. A little creepy feeling. Oh yeah. It needs to be easier. Alright, here we are. Got it all tore off. It was a lot of work. It's a big mess. There's about 8 inches of hay and various kinds of feces on top of it. But now we're ready to, we're going to replace the top plates because they're about gone. And then once we get that done, we've got trusses for it, and we're going to start setting trusses from this end probably, and work our way back down towards the van down there. I think it's going to extend on out as far as the concrete, so should be pretty cool. It was a mess. This is all the stuff that was on top of the joist. It's a big pile. This and then a dump truck load, so a lot of work. We're tired. We're about to go home and take a shower. See you tomorrow. There you go. Well, getting close, ain't it? Back out here this morning, we're getting ready to...
Hey, tell me you never videotaped this.
I should have.
Yeah.
Getting these walls built. Trying to get it ready for trusses. Last couple of days we've been working on replacing those top plates. We got this old roof straightened out here, and then we've built these two walls so far, and then we're going to run a beam. We dug holes and put post feet in, and then we're going to run a beam down through here. And this side of the building is going to just be an open shed, so the trusses will sit on the beam here and then on the top of this wall here. So that's what we're doing. We're just getting ready for trusses. We're going to try to start doing them early next week. The building ended up being, it's going to end up being almost 70 feet long, so it'll be a bigger building than what we thought. I think our trusses are 21.3, so they're going to hang out past this a little bit, and then eventually we're going to put another beam out here and then put a shed coming out off the bottom of the trusses just to get more space and more storage under roof. That's what we're doing. We're just going to spend the day today trying to get prepped for trusses. All right, here we are. We got just finished hanging this beam and getting pretty much everything ready for trusses. It needs just a few more things, a little bit of blocking. Matt and Dad just ran after another piece of 2x12 to go from here to here. And then basically our trusses are gonna sit on the wall over there and then on the wall right here. So we use these old oak posts that we had, kind of make the barn, try to make it look a little bit old still. We got these walls over here all finished up and braced, and went ahead and threw sheeting on it and hung Tyvek over top. We ran a piece of vapor barrier down the wall and then folded it onto the ground. That way the water doesn't try to go back up underneath there, and we'll just cover that with dirt when we're doing our finish grade. Yeah, that's where we're at. A couple more hours and we'll be ready for trusses, and I think the plan is to either Monday or Tuesday next week. Today's Friday. Either Monday or Tuesday next week we're going to get a little bit extra help. I think my uncle might come up from Marietta and help us set some trusses. So that should go, hopefully it should go pretty smooth. We've got this jib arm for the skid steer. It hooks on the plate just like a bucket, and then it has there's a pipe there, and there's actually a boom arm that sticks on there like a 12-foot arm, so it lets us lift about, I think it's 20 some feet with the loader. I think the loader will lift 10 foot something, plus another, I guess it'd be about 25 feet, because that's about 4 feet plus another 12. Yeah, somewhere around there. So that's the plan. It's going pretty good. I'm gonna try to get this thing up and trussed and get some steel on it, and then we're taking a family vacation to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, so take a little break from this place. Everybody, we're back out here today. We didn't really take any video last night when we finished up, just because we were all tired and ready to go home, but we get back to work on the barn here. We yesterday got all the trusses set and majority of the purlins on. A little bit of framing to do this morning before we start hanging steel. We just got a couple purlins that need stuck on, and the fascia, the gutter board, and fascia on this gable end. We did the other side last night. We ended up running out of lumber. And then what we're gonna do here, this is the old milk house. The bulk tank used to be in here when Grandpa had the dairy farm running. You can see where when they sold the farm and had the auction, somebody bought the big stainless steel tank and took a section of the wall out and then relaid the block. But we're going to extend the rafters on this little milk house up into the new trusses and tie that in, and then start hanging some steel, hopefully. We're getting ready to take a family vacation to Tennessee, and we want to make sure we get steel on this and get it braced up as good as we can before we leave, so we don't have to worry about storms or anything. But it looks pretty good. I think we're going to use that same board and batten siding that we put on the last project, and probably the same roofing too. It's our favorite here lately. Matt and Dad are back here separating steel, and we'll start pre-drilling everything. I think eventually the plan in here is, I think this center wall here is going to end up coming out. It's kind of falling apart a little bit anyways. And then eventually I believe this beam here is going to extend on through, and then we're going to build like a 12-foot shed roof coming straight off here, and then this end of the building is just going to be open, and it'll just be like a 3-sided shed for storage. So pretty neat to see it come back. It's like our family sold it, Grandpa sold it 22 years ago, I believe, and this guy bought it, and then we've got it back now. So basically this farm is what gave us everything we've got, more or less. Pretty cool. I ran around down here when I was just a kid, little toddler. All right, well, I better get back to work.